Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. In the 2 drops coming your way today, we are going to take a closer look at the Urban Mech hero. Okay, well, one of the Urban Mech heroes. Specifically, we're going to take a deep dive on the K-9. Now, the reason we're going so deep on hero mechs is because of the 2023 Beach Party sponsored by PGI. It's going on now, which means at the time of the release of this video, through August 22nd, 2023. So there's plenty of time for you to get in on the action. If you get out there and collect those loot bags, you can earn things like premium time, C-bills, GSP, mech credits, and so much more. And if you earn enough loot bags, you can start picking free hero mechs that come with their own mech bay. You'll get 1 light, 1 medium, 1 heavy, and 1 assault through the various phases of this event. Phase 1 is focused on light mechs, so that's why we're doing a deep dive on as many hero mechs as we can to help you guys out with your choice processes. And that's led us to the K-9. As with any mech review, I like to start at the beginning, so let's take a look at the stock configuration of the K-9 straight from the factory. And diving under the hood, we can see it comes with 1 UAC-5, 1 large laser, 2 small lasers, has a couple of jump jets there for maneuverability, top speed 32.4 kph, 21.5 alpha. The big elephant in the room on this one, as with most of the urban mechs, is that stupid standard 60 engine. And that's why you have a top speed of 32.4 kph. It's pretty sad when you will get outrun by annihilators. Now, urban mechs have a reputation of being very endearing, very iconic to the MechWarrior community. They're known for their tankiness, and they're known for their cuteness, let's call it that. And the K-9 does not disappoint. And that's because the K-9 comes with the most specialized button in the game, and that is the L key, because this urban mech has its own lights and siren, which are really cool. Hit that L key, turn on that lights and siren. Just remember this, guys, once the siren stops, your lights are still on until you hit the L key again. So if you go charging across the battlefield with your lights on, you will be seen and easily spotted by the enemy. So make sure you hit the L key again. Next up on our review, we want to take a look at the quirks that this mech brings to the table. And as with all hero mechs, automatically you're going to have a C-bill boost. This particular one has a 30% C-bill boost, and that's why hero mechs are so good for farming C-bills. But looking at specific quirks on the K-9, we've got lots of interesting things to see in the firepower heading. Minus 30% UAC jam chance, minus 25% UAC jam duration, minus 10% ballistic cooldown, plus 10% ballistic range, plus 20% ballistic velocity. So we can see this one leans very heavily towards coming with that Ultra Autocannon 5. It also has lots of ammo capacity quirks if you want to use ballistic weapons down the road. Nice armor quirks, which is pretty standard on the urban mechs. See a lot of plus 14s, a plus 20 CT. Heat dissipation is plus 5%, and a minus 25% overheat damage. So all in all, a very nice offering on our lovely little trash can, if you can get past the fact that it comes with a standard 60 engine. If I haven't hit that enough, it's because that's one of the first upgrades you will want to do, is to put something under the hood that will get you around the battlefield a lot faster than 32.4 kph. And if you've been paying attention to the drop that's been going on in the background, you'll know that I've done exactly that because I have a top speed of 97.2 kph. Yes, I am running a very large XL engine in this build, but it gives me the speed that I need on the battlefield. I've also made some changes to the weapons. You can go with a medium pulse laser loadout like I've been doing in this particular match, but you've also seen the tactical shutdown, so just be aware that this build runs very spicy. And for anyone running this type of build with your override activated, let me know your thoughts on that minus 25% overheat damage, if it's worth it or not. Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. In the match that's been playing out in the background, I've been adding support fire to my teammates, and there is a small cluster of them in Delta 5. I've been bouncing back and forth between the flanks left and right, keeping the enemy guessing, getting some damage in on them, and hopefully creating lots of opportunities for my teammates to get clean kill shots. And right now the score is 11-6, and you know what that means. Now the hunt is on for the last remaining enemy mech, and we just need to kill him so we can all go home. So we're spreading out, and that's when I noticed he's behind me. I'm not going to make it back in time. My teammates are going to pick up the kill. So switching over to the end screen on this drop, we wind up with no kills, but 9 assists, 520 damage done. Moving on to our next drop, this is an assault match on Hibernal Rift. And if you're looking in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see something different yet again, because this loadout is completely different from the first match. I've bailed on the medium pulse lasers and gone with a different setup. The medium pulse lasers were just a little too spicy for my taste, so I wanted to try something different. So let's let this play out and see if we can get some work done on this particular drop. And as that goes on, we're going to take another deep dive back under the hood, because obviously my builds have changed dramatically over the stock loadout. So taking a look under the hood on this particular build, we have 5 medium lasers, 1 heavy machine gun, still have our jump jets for maneuverability. Top speed remains 97.2 kph as in the first drop, and our alpha is 32.5. So there's quite a bit to digest in what was just shown to you. The first thing is, people are screaming about XL engines. Well, XL engines in light mechs are almost a necessity if you want the top speeds and rely on that evasiveness and speed to protect your mech. And the urban mech is actually quite tanky and is probably one of the best mechs to pull off an XL engine out of the inner sphere light mechs. Also, the medium pulses were changed for medium lasers, and that gives us a little additional range and not having to be quite so up close and in your face. Heavy machine gun was added in because I had some room, and it does give me additional DPS at short range and is very heat neutral, so that I can extend my heat scale while continuing to do that damage. And it's a bit of an intimidation factor too. No pilot likes to hear that sweet, sweet tinkling of machine gun rounds hitting your mech. Now, this build is a big departure from the stock loadout, and many of you are asking, it's an improvement, but by how much? Well, let me put this in perspective for you. In the current build that I'm running, my alpha is greater than my speed in the stock configuration. Enough said, right? So it's all good in theory. Let's let this drop play out and get into the action to see how it's going to fare on the battlefield under live fire. So far in this match, my team has done an excellent job of setting a firing line early in the match along the Charlie line, and that prevented the enemy from swinging the Delta 4 corner. Now they're stuck in the Delta 4 low ground. They're all clustered up there and can't seem to fight and push their way out of it. That means they are sitting ducks. and my teammates are starting to swarm that area and take advantage of this fact. If you've noticed, the enemy has largely ignored my little K-9. I'm not sure why, if they don't think that I'm a threat or they're looking at bigger targets. I don't know what the reasoning is, but they're not focus firing me, and that has allowed me to do all kinds of shenanigans and even help take down that Corsair, which was a priority target early on, because now it's going to make our missile fire that much more effective, removing all of that anti-missile fire from their side. And now we can freely focus all of these enemy mechs that are stuck down in the low ground, almost operating with impunity. There's our piranha friend from earlier. We'll get a couple of quick shots on him, and this is where I kind of like having the extra range of the medium lasers. We've opened up his right leg. I have some teammates in hot pursuit. I'll let them finish him off, and I'm going to go back to what I'm doing, which feels dirty and somewhat farming the enemy units that are stuck in this low ground, and they just aren't going anywhere or pushing, and it looks like most of them are running missile weapons and want to sit passively in their backfield, and it's just making them easy targets. All I have to do is fire and maneuver, fire and maneuver. So I've been working on the Sun Spider. I see the Archer down there as well. A little piranha friend is still running around the board, and a couple of other units as well. Now, something was trying to cap our base. I'm not sure if a teammate has managed to scare him off or not, but right now the big focus is this cluster of enemies. There goes the left side of the Sun Spider. Now I get some missile fire, but it really isn't overwhelming by any stretch of the imagination. I can splash it and reposition. I wanted that open. Wait, here comes a fleet. Maybe this was the capper. He's decided to come back and join in the fun, and we can't have that. Now, he ran away as soon as I noticed him, and he's trying to avoid me, and that's because I'm almost as fast, well, not almost as fast as he is, but I'm faster compared to some of these larger, slower moving mechs, and I am way tankier. I can take a lot more punishment than this little fleet. So I'm going to help out my stalker friend here, staying on top of this flea, and we managed to leg him. Somebody else sweeps the center torso out from under him, bringing this drop to a close. Switching over to the end screen on this one, we wind up with 1 kill, 9 assists, 658 damage done.